So here we have the Range Rover Evoque on a 17 plate. I'm going to start off firstly by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. From the outside, you can see it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels and tinted windows. We're going to start off inside the boot area of it first. As we approach the back of the car, you can see we have reversing sensors. Plenty of boot space as well, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat, should you wish to increase this space even further again. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in. And as I mentioned, we'll run through some controls from there. Now that we've done a full circle of it though, you can see it's in excellent condition the whole way. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials first of all. On the left-hand side, we have the speedometer. On the right-hand side, the rev counter. In the center, you can see the main trip computer, which includes the coolant temperature gauge, the fuel gauge, the total miles of the car, which are 55,023. To the right-hand side of that, it will show you what gear this car is in. It's an automatic. We, of course, are in park at the moment. If we back out to the steering wheel, we have buttons here that will change the information displayed in that central section just there. Beneath that, we've got our cruise control and speed limiter. We have stereo controls and phone controls over on this left-hand side. And behind the steering wheel, the minus and plus paddles so you can change up and down a gear manually with this automatic gearbox. Over into the center, you'll find the main screen for the car. So on here, you can access, as you can see, your media. So AM, FM and DAB radio, auxiliary input, Bluetooth audio once you paired your phone, which is done under the phone heading, of course. We're not going to pair a phone at this moment in time. And we have satellite navigation as well. Really nice, clear color display, as you can see. And speaking of display, we've got the display for the visual guide for your parking sensors. So front and rear sensors just there. The car will, of course, beep to let you know if you're near an object as well. We've also then got a second screen to the right-hand side of that original one, as you can see. Working our way down, the main volume for the stereo, our hazard warning lights, dual zone climate control, so we can adjust the driver and the passenger temperature. We can increase and decrease the fan speed. You can determine where you'd like the air distributed. That's your air conditioning off. And back on again. Or hit auto. The car will now maintain the temperatures that you've asked for by taking full control of the fan speed and the direction of the air for you. Any manual adjustment will take auto off and allow you to put it back in your own settings. With a heated rear and a heated front screen, a heated driver and passenger seat. The seats have got 3 separate heat settings each. The screens are just on or off. We have downhill brake control, stop and start, and traction control. We can turn on and off from here. The electronic handbrake. This dial is your gear selector in the car, so reverse, neutral, drive, and sport. When we switch the ignition off, this will lower so that it sits flush to this central unit. You can then also change the driving setup of the car from here, and we have 2 cup holders and a 12-volt charging socket. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to give us a call here at Surrey Specialist Cars. We'd love to hear from you.